This episode of PaddleTV is brought to you by the ACA, improving the paddle sports experience for over a century. Learn more at americancanoe.org. The golden rules are a set of rules that, when followed, will let you paddle the most efficiently and help keep you safe on the water. You need to choose an appropriate paddling trip. You need to use the power of your torso for all your strokes. And you need to have a plan in case you capsize. Choosing an appropriate paddling trip means picking a route that is manageable for everyone in the group.
The ideal canoe route has protection from wind and waves, easy access for launching and landing, lots of places to go ashore, and minimal motorized boat traffic.
Look for calm bays or quiet lakes and riverways without noticeable current. As a general rule, if you venture into water that isn't protected from wind and waves, has current, and/or if you travel further from shore than you can comfortably swim, you're entering a new world, a world in which you'll need to protect yourself and the people you're paddling with by taking a canoeing course. Choosing an appropriate paddling trip also means checking the weather before and during your trip, and having the flexibility to change your plans to deal with nasty weather. The second golden rule is to use the power of your torso for all your strokes, not just your arms. Think of yourself as a tree, where the trunk gives the tree its strength, not the smaller branches. The way to use your torso to power your strokes is through torso rotation, which means twisting at the waist when you take a stroke, rather than just pulling with your arms.
For example, with the forward stroke, you don't want to power the stroke just with your arms, but with your whole upper body. What that means is, when I plant the blade on the right, I'm going to push my right shoulder forward and rotate my torso to the left. As I pull on the blade, I'm going to unwind the torso to power the stroke.
The third golden rule of canoeing is to have a plan in case you capsize. Even though most canoeists will never experience a capsize, everyone needs to be prepared for the unexpected. With that being said, there are two real ways to deal with a capsize. You can re-enter the canoe from the water, or you can swim yourself and the canoe to shore and deal with it there.
What I can tell you is entering a canoe from the water is challenging, and probably not realistic unless you've taken a canoeing course and practiced the skill.
And so for most canoeists, the best way to deal with a capsize will be swimming and towing the canoe to shore. This is why it's so important that you always wear a life jacket in the canoe and stay close enough to shore so that you can swim if necessary. The fourth and final golden rule for canoeing is to create a float plan before every trip and give it to someone who isn't on the trip.
For a simple day trip, a call or text will do the trick. For a more involved trip, you want a detailed plan.
Leaving a plan like this can dramatically speed up the time it takes for your group to be found if a rescue ever becomes necessary. The easiest way to create and send a float plan is with the ACA's Paddle Ready app, which is available for free online. It also has some cool features like tide and surf forecasting, river levels, and equipment checklists.
So there you have it, the golden rules of canoeing. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, you can subscribe to our PaddleTV YouTube channel for more interesting tips and tricks.